Hi everyone, Emily here from Emily Reads, and today for you I have a very chaotic film. So I am going to talk about my 2024 reading plans. So every year I like to do a different reading challenge. I've done Pop Sugar in the past, and I've just kind of gotten a little bored by it. It's not that it's bad, I've just been trying it since like 2016, 2017. I've tried the Harry Potter Flourish and Blots reading challenge, and it's okay. This year I decided to go with the 52 Book Club 2024 reading challenge, and I got this journal. I got it off of Amazon, so it's helped me plan. And then they have like a review page for each prompt. They have for every month, they have like you can review how you did. There is a video that goes along with this journal. That's how I heard about the journal. But I decided I'm going to try that for this year. So I'm going to talk about the books I plan on reading. I don't edit my, just to warn you, this is going to be chaotic because one, I don't edit my videos. Two, I've got 52 books like sitting on the sofa next to me. I've got a box where I can place the books in after I'm done talking to them. I actually have a cooler sitting next to me where I have books stacked up on the cooler. The reason why I have a cooler sitting next to me is my fridge after Thanksgiving died. I had to get a new fridge, and then that fridge died. There's something wrong with the outlet. We think it's been fixed. It has been quite a chaotic time for me since Thanksgiving. So in addition to the fridge dying more than once, I've made 3 different trips to the ER, have had 2 different doctor's appointments, 3 sets of labs drawn, 3 different ultrasounds done. Bottom line, I've had blood clots in my leg. Fortunately, they're in a superficial vein. But ever since I woke up Thanksgiving in pain. I think it's kind of just been the perfect storm for me. I have bad varicose veins, the joys of being overweight. That's something I've battled all my life, is trying to lose weight and keep it off. And then just bad genetics. My mom had really bad varicose veins. So between that, end of October, I had COVID, and then I bashed my foot against a coffee table. And while I didn't break anything, I had a really bad bruise. So all of those factors combined, it was kind of like the perfect storm to develop a blood clot. And so I've tried all sorts of different things. Now I'm on blood thinners. So I'm so happy it's winter break for me. So winter break means getting things set up for next year. I have a bookcase where I keep the books I plan on reading for the year and moving those out and all that stuff. So at any rate, this is going to be a chaotic video. I apologize. So I'm going to just go through each prompt. I'm not going to talk too much about the book that I chose. Otherwise, it's just going to be too darn long. So prompt number 1 for the 2024 52 Book Club Challenge is A Locked Room Mystery. And I'm going to read Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie. It takes place on a train. That's essentially a locked room. Number 2, bibliosmia, which relates to like sense of books. So a smelly book. Now, you can kind of interpret the prompts however you want. It's kind of a loosey-goosey thing. Haha, things are falling. Told you this was going to be chaotic. So I am for sure being loosey-goosey. And I'm going to be reading The Forgotten Garden by Kate Morton. Gardens have flowers. They are smelly. Prompt number 2, more than 40 chapters. It is time. I need to continue on with Stormlight Archives, especially with book 5 coming out in December of next year. So I will be reading Oathbringer. I do have to read some books or some stories in Arcanum Unbounded first, and I do need to read Dawn Shard. I have no idea when I'm going to read those. Ooh, here are those books. Okay. Prompt number 4, lowercase letters on the spine. I didn't realize how hard it is to actually find a book to fit this prompt. But I was like looking at all my books, I'm like uppercase, uppercase, uppercase. So I did find something lowercase. Guns of the Dawn by Adrian Tchaikovsky. I'm super excited to read this. Next year is going to be like the year of Adrian Tchaikovsky. But Guns of the Dawn. Book number 5, Magical Realism. I debated Piranesi, but I was afraid that I might not like it. So I'm going to go with The Unmaking of June. That was a book that slid and just hit me in my back. The Unmaking of June Farrow by Adrienne Young. This is her second adult book. I really enjoyed Spells for Forgetting. Some say this is sci-fi. Some say this is magical realism. I'm going to say it's magical realism, so it'll work for me. Okay. Then Women in STEM. Lessons in Chemistry. I think that's self-explanatory. At least 4 different... Oh, shoot. Told you, I'm like sitting on books right now. This is not good. At least 4 different POVs. So I did a little research and saw that there's like 100 POVs, over 100 POVs in this book. That would be Rhythm of War by Brandon Sanderson. Again, I need to get ready for book number 5 coming out. And then prompt number 8 features the ocean. I'm going to stretch it a little bit. Trust of the Emerald Sea. No, I have not read The Secret Project yet. I do want to read it. I can also use this for another prompt. You'll see later on what that prompt is. But I've already read Princess Bride and thought it was okay. So, okay. Prompt number 9. A character-driven novel. Next year, I'm going to start my reread. So, Royal Assassin. Robin Hobb is the queen of character-driven fantasy. She is absolutely delightful. If you've not read anything by her, you need to. Prompt number 10, told in a non-chronological order, The Glass Hotel by Emily St. John Mandel. I did read things out of order. I did read Station 11 last year. I want to say last year. But I do have The Sea of Tranquility as well. So I do need to read this. Okay, here we go. I need to move things around. Yes, I'm tossing books in the box right now, okay? It's really quite, I told you this is going to be chaotic. Number 11, title starting with the letter K. So they have been going through the different letters of the alphabet in order. This kind of is a cheat. But in looking at how they refer to the different book titles, they do refer to the series first and then the book title. So I'm going to read Keeper of the Lost Cities, Everblaze, which is book 3. I think I now have the entire series. I might be missing one book, but I do want to keep reading in this series. Okay. Then number 12, title starting with the letter L. Now, I can go with The Lost Metal by Brandon Sanderson. I don't have that book yet. I'm hoping to get it, but like right now it's expensive. And the problem is like I can find the US covers, but I want the UK covers. And the UK cover is expensive where I'm looking. So we're going to go with Lies of Locke Lamora. I do really want to read this series. So I'm excited for that. Then number 13, an academic thriller. That'd be Vicious by V.E. Schwab. I'm supposed to read this in December for the Reindeer Readathon. I don't think I'm going to get to it. I mean, realistically, it's December 23rd. We have 7 days left in December. And I still have more than one book to read for the Reindeer Readathon. And I would actually really prefer to finish the Winter Night trilogy than start Vicious. So... number 14, I don't know if this is going to work for the prompt, but based on how things were at the end of book 1, the prompt is a grieving character, so I'm hoping Muse of Nightmares will work by Laini Taylor. Okay. And then part of a duology. I don't have it to show. I desperately want to read Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross. I loved Divine Rivals. Can't wait for book 2 to come out. So I'm toying with, I know it's an add-on for Book of the Month. I'm toying on if I want to wait to order it from Book of the Month or if I'm just going to be like, screw it and go and get it from Barnes & Noble. We shall see. Number 16, An Omniscient Narrator. That would be Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell by Susanna Clark. And this I'm also hoping to go read along with Emmy and Caroline. They just released their book club, The Book of Tomes. And this book they're reading later in the year. So I'm going to read along with them. Okay. I need to get this box closer. There we go. Then nominated for the Booker Prize, Wolf Hall by Hilary Mantel. This actually won the Booker Prize, but in order to win, you have to be nominated. An apostrophe in the title, Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. Yes, I've read this before. I was going to start rereading it actually in January of last year, and then it never happened. I just got distracted by all the shiny new things. And I probably won't read out of this one because I didn't annotate the Farseer trilogy. I started annotating, I think, when I was reading Live Ship Trader. So I need to go back and annotate Assassin's Apprentice. All right, prompt. And I'm sorry if my putting books in that box is really loud. Again, I'm trying to make time work. All right, number 19, a buddy read. I'm hoping to buddy read Empire in Black and Gold by Adrian Tchaikovsky next year in April, I believe. Number 20, a revenge story. So I've got a couple of options here. I can either do Red Rising by Pierce Brown. I've never read it. Or I could read The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexandre Dumas. It's a beast. And I already have a lot of beasts because I read fantasy. And there's even more beasts coming. So this is the first book that Emmy and Caroline are doing for their Book of Tomes book club, and they're reading it January and February. So I think if I were to do it, I would have to break it up over the course of 2 months and then figure out how many pages I need to read a day. That's the only way I think I'll be successful with that book. Number 21, written by a ghostwriter. I'm going to stick with something lighter for me, and I'm not going to read a memoir. I will probably listen to either a Nancy Drew book or a Babysitter's Club book. Number 21 is a plot similar to another book. So I could have done Tress of the Emerald Sea, and then the next prompt is reading the other book with that similar plot. So I could have done Tress of the Emerald Sea and then A Princess Bride. Years ago, I read A Princess Bride. It was okay. Book's falling. But instead, I'm going to do Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik. I've been wanting to read this for a few years. And then I'll probably read the short story Rumpelstiltskin and call it a day. The other option would be to read Circe by Madeline Miller, which is also on my TBR. But then I would have to read the Odyssey. And I've read the Odyssey twice already. Once in high school, once in college. I really don't want to read it a third time. Even like a graphic novel version of it. I don't want to read it a third time. A cover. So prompt number 24, a cover without people on it. And that would be The Shadow Rising by Robert Jordan. No people. That's book 4 in A Wheel of Time. So that means I have to read book 3, which that would be prompt number 25. which is an author everyone has read but you. Oh, shoot. Phooey. I've read the first 2 books. So I don't know what to do now. Okay, I could use Red Rising for that one. Okay, so somewhere along the road, I've got to read Dragon Reborn. That's got to happen. Because I've got 5 and 6 later on down the line. So we'll use Red Rising for an author everyone has read but you, because I've not read anything by Pierce Brown. All right, then number 26, A Hybrid Genre. The 5th Season by N.K. Jemisin. I've been meaning to read this book for years, and it has not happened yet. Okay. Then number 27 by a neurodivergent author. Sorry, I've got my book journal sitting right here on the couch. So a book written by a neurodivergent author. That is The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune. I have not actually read anything by him. So I could use an author everyone has read but you. I could use T.J. Klune for that, but I'm going to use him for neurodivergent. Number 28, A Yellow Spine. Being someone who reads a lot of fantasy, that was, and romance, that was actually kind of hard. But I did manage to find something with a yellow spine, and that is Shards of Earth by Adrian Tchaikovsky, which is book 1 in the final architecture. All right, let me move this box away. Okay, and then book number 29 is a book published in the Year of the Dragon. So there are lots of things that I could go with this. I could read Little Women. That's a book that Emmy and Caroline are going to be reading in November, December for their book club of tomes, or their book of tomes book club. I could do East of Eden by John Steinbeck, but I really am kind of like, no, I've got a lot of heavy stuff. So I could also, Year of the Dragon is next year, so I might do Emily Henry's new book or Abby Jimenez's new book. So we shall see. Number 30, picked without reading the blurb, Eyes of the Void by Adrian Tchaikovsky, which is book 2 in the final architecture. Okay, and then number 31 includes a personal phobia. This is a stretch. I'm kind of playing with things. So I'm terrified of heights. Most specifically, I am terrified of standing, like I could stand on the Sears Tower and look down and be okay. Yes, it's the Sears Tower. I'm from Chicago. I don't call it the Willis Tower. It will always be the Sears Tower to me. Okay. So, but like bleachers, like standing up on a bleacher and then having to walk down scares the crap out of me because I'm terrified of falling. Okay. So the includes a personal phobia is going to be Game of Thrones because of the Eyrie. Like standing in that Eyrie would scare the crap out of me because I would be afraid that I would trip and fall and die. All right. Then number 32, time frame spans a week or less. So this is going to be the tricky one. This apparently takes place over the course of 5 days. And that would be The Heroes by Joe Abercrombie. But in order to be able to read The Heroes, I first have to read Before They Were Hanged, The Last Argument of Kings, and also Best Served Cold. I don't have Best Served Cold yet, so I can't show that off yet. Okay. Then number 33, An Abrupt Ending. So this, I just kind of looked online, saw what people's opinions were, and they said that North and South by Elizabeth Gaskell is an abrupt ending. Who knows, if I say, screw my TBR, and I really work on rereading through Robin Hobb next year, I could say Dragon Keeper is an abrupt ending and use that. However, I would have to read 9 other books before I get to that. So that's what I'm saying for now, North and South by Elizabeth Gaskell. Number 34, set in a landlocked country. and that would be Between Shades of Grey by Ruta Sepetys. And this is set in Lithuania, so that is for sure landlocked. Number 35, title matches lyrics from a song, The Woman in Me by Britney Spears. I think the book club that I'm a part of, that we're going to be reading this book, not 100% sure, so that's why I picked it. Who knows, I might change that book. I don't know yet. Number 36 has futuristic technology. I have two here because I do want to read them both for middle grade March, and that is The Wild Robot Escapes by Peter Brown and The Last Contista by Donna Barba Higuera. Pull my book. Okay, then Palindrome on the Cover. That was a hard title to come up with. So this isn't technically a true palindrome where you can read forward and then go complete backwards, but it is what it is. So tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. So it's not by letters, it's by words. So that's how that's a palindrome. Published by Hachette, which is apparently a publishing company. And, well, this edition is not published by Hachette, but the one that I saw, when I looked on their website, this was published by Hachette, and that would be Pachinko. A nonfiction recommended by a friend. So I'm basically just using the what I've seen a favorite booktuber of mine talk about, and that would be The Year of Magical Thinking by Joan Didion. Number 40, set during a holiday that you don't celebrate. This is a stretch. Okay, this is a stretch. And that would be The Fires of Heaven by Robert Jordan Beltane. It's a holiday I don't celebrate. Number 42, author that debuted in 2024. I don't know what I'm going to read yet because I don't know who's debuting in 2024. So we'll find out. Number 43, about finding, number 41. I got to go back to number 41, a sticker on the cover. There's so many books that have stickers on the cover, but the first thing that came to my mind was Shadow and Bone with this stupid Netflix sticker. And I need to read it because I've read Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom, but I've not read the Shadow and Bone trilogy, and I really want to watch the Netflix show, and I can't because I haven't read the book yet. Then number 43, about finding identity, the three-body problem. Again, I did a Google search on books about finding identity, and they said three-body problem. So we're going to hope that it works. Number 44. This is kind of a twofer. I have to read another book first. So first I have to read A Clash of Kings by George R.R. Martin. And like, that's actually a reread. So like, I've read Game of Thrones already. I've read A Clash of Kings already, like years ago, when the TV show first came out. But then I also plan on reading A Storm of Swords, Red Wedding. For sure is a wedding. And this also is a reread for me. I have not read the last two books in the series. So, and then number 45 is a book where the chapter headings have dates, and that is All the Light That We Cannot See. Oh, shoot. I was told that, well, it's kind of a stretch. So I'm looking at it right now. And like the sections have dates, but then the chapters within the section are not dates. I'm counting it. I'm counting it because I don't know what else to read for that prompt. All right, number 46, features an indigenous culture. And I will be rereading The Firekeeper's Daughter. Actually, I'll be rereading this in January because a book club I'm a part of, we have chosen to read this. And then number 47, self-insert by author. And some of the ones that were self-insert by author, They had Twilight that like Stephanie Meyer was self-inserted for Bella Swan. I was like, no, I'm not rereading Twilight. They had a lot of Cassandra Clare and the Shadowhunters. I was like, no, I read those years ago. Not doing it. So I'm going to read Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. Yes, I know it's unfinished, okay, but I still have yet to read it. Number 48, the word secret in the title. The only thing that I could think of was The Secret Garden, or a book. And I've read it and I enjoyed it. And I've read it years ago, so it'll be a reread. But this is a stretch. It's not really a book. It might be more of a novella. So I'm going to read The Secret History because, again, I'm working through the Cosmere and I need to read it. I actually left off with reading Sixth of Dusk. I haven't read that yet, but I'm going to. Number 49, set in a city starting with the letter M. That'd be A Gentleman in Moscow by Amor Towles. Number 50, a musical instrument on the cover. A River Enchanted by Rebecca Ross. We've got that harp there. I'm excited to read more. I'm excited to read that one after reading Divine Rivals. Number 51, related to the word wild. Wild is in quotation marks. So, like, you could have wild in the title. I chose to kind of interpret, like, what else could be wild. Chaos is wild. So I'm planning on reading Lord of Chaos by Robert Jordan. And then number 52, published in 2024. So I'm either going to use Emily Henry or Abby Jimenez, or I pre-ordered, I don't know what it's called, and I don't even remember what the trilogy is called. But it comes out June 4th. I know that much. The third installment in Rebecca Roanhorse's trilogy. I've loved Black Sun, gave it 5 stars, immediately went out. As soon as I finished it, it was summer break, and I ran out to the bookstore and I bought Fevered Star. Fevered Star was okay. I gave it 3.5 stars. So I'm so looking forward to reading the third installment. Like I said, I could use Emily Henry. I could use Abby Jimenez. I could use any, like, I subscribe to Book of the Month. So if there's something there that I like, I could use one of those. Or I'm going to use a Rebecca Roanhorse. Okay. Whew. That was 52 books. I apologize for the sound of the me tossing books in the box. I was trying to get through this video as quickly as possible. From those books, what are ones that you think I should for sure prioritize? I know that I really do want to prioritize working on finishing series that I've started. Even though I have a whole lot of series that I'm starting in this TBR. So for sure, I want to get through some more Robert Jordan because I've read the first 2 and I want to keep plugging away at that. And for sure, Brandon Sanderson. And I do want to finish the First Law trilogy. But let me know what you think I should read right away. I know for sure I will be starting with Count of Monte Cristo and Firekeeper's Daughter, and I don't know what else. And for those of you who celebrate, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Bye.